Mom, it's not hurting anymore. I don't feel the pain. Forgive me for everything. I love you so much. These are the last words from Olga Moskaloeva. She faced a dreadful death, one that lasted hours while being devoured by several bears. This is the story of how it occurred, and I warn you, it's quite chilling. What's up, guys? Iceman here. So I've heard about this story some time back, and I really couldn't bring myself to make a video on it. It's just such a horrifying thing what happened to this young girl who had such a great future ahead of her. But I decided that now is the time to share it on this channel. So before I get into it, I'd like to thank you guys for all your support. And if you will, like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the page if you haven't yet. Don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And if you want to support me further, you can become a patron or a channel member. Links in the description below. So let's get into the story. A very distraught mother listened on her cell phone as her young daughter was eaten alive by a giant brown bear and 3 of her cubs. At only 19 years old, Olga Moskaloeva gave a horrific hour-long commentary on her own death throughout the duration of 3 separate phone calls with her mother while the animals mauled and ate her alive. She screamed, "Mom, the bear is eating me. Mom, it's such agony. Mom, help." And at the beginning, her mother, Tatiana, said she thought that her daughter was joking with her, but she wasn't. But then I heard the real horror and pain in Olga's voice, and the sounds of a bear growling and chewing. Her mother added, "I could have died then and there from shock." Although this fact was unknown to Tatiana at the time, the bear had already killed her husband, Igor Tyzgengov, Olga's stepfather, by overpowering him, breaking his neck, and smashing his skull to pieces. Olga, who at the time was studying psychology, witnessed the bear ripping her stepfather to pieces in tall grass and reeds by a river in Russia as she fled away as fast as she could from the scene, making it 70 yards before the sow grabbed her leg. The creature toyed with her, and the helpless young girl called her mother several times during the prolonged and unfortunate attack. Tatiana tried to call her husband, not realizing he was already dead, and would get no answer. She then quickly called the police and other relatives who were near the area, the extreme east of Siberia. She begged everyone she could to rush to the river, which ended up being near the attack site, where Olga and her stepfather were fishing moments previous. In the second call to her mother, a weakened and desperate Olga gasped, "Mom, the bears are back. She came back and brought her 3 babies. They're eating me." And finally, in the last call, almost an hour after the first, Olga sensed that she was about to die. And at this time, it's understood that the bears apparently left Olga to die, and she spoke with her mom one last time on the phone. "Mom, it's not hurting anymore. I don't feel the pain. Forgive me for everything. I love you so much." From that moment on, the call cut off, and that was the last time Tatiana heard from her beloved daughter. 30 minutes later, Igor's brother arrived with the police to find the mother bear still devouring his body. Brutally mauled and mangled, Olga was also dead. From this point, 6 hunters were sent by emergency services to track down and kill the mother bear and all 3 of its cubs. During this time of year, spanning across Russia, hungry animals seek food in areas where people have encroached. Olga's weeping mother said that her daughter had everything to look forward to and was so happy with her life and the young man she was dating at the time. "My daughter was so much fun. She was cheerful, friendly, and warm," said Tatiana. "She graduated from music school And just days before the bear attack, she got her driving license. Jeez. What do you guys think about this incident? This is like something straight out of a horror film. Could you imagine hearing your child being mangled by a wild animal half to death, and hearing your child's last words over the phone? What would you say to them, and how would you react, especially when they were so far away, and there was just nothing you could do? What a horrible thing that must be to have to go through, and I pity anyone involved in this incident. I can't imagine the pain that the young girl felt as the bears ravaged her body. And apparently what they did to her stepdad, they broke his neck, crushed his skull, and began eating him alive. These bears must have been desperate. I wonder what the hell would cause such a thing. Did Olga and her stepdad frighten them or something, and that caused the attack, and then they just took advantage of it and began eating them? Or did they actually seek them out for food? And it's unclear to me whether or not they were prepared. If they had any boomsticks, hand cannons, or anything of that sort. There was no mention of these things throughout the articles that I've read. No pepper spray, only fishing poles and warm hearts. And to think how the girl survived this situation for over an hour, calling her mom 3 times throughout this occurrence. I hope that after listening to this video, it can bring perspective to many, that we appreciate the things that we have in life. I'm sure that this young girl and her stepdad were just out there fishing, having a good time, thinking they had their whole lives ahead of them. But that very day, their lives were taken from them. That's part of my inspiration for these videos, is how I can hope at least that we can learn from other people's unfortunate encounters, and maybe try to think about this very moment and the people and animals that we have close to us that we love. I myself don't have a child, but even just trying to imagine, what if I did? And what if I had to hear them die on the other side of the line? Is something that just drives chills down my spine. But I do have a dog who's getting older, but hopefully has many years ahead, and a bird, and a kind and loving wife that I cherish so much. And it really makes me want to appreciate these things more than ever before, because you never know when the last time will be that you get to see them. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this bear attack. And I appreciate all your support so far. Again, if you will, like this video, subscribe to the page, and stay tuned for more chilling tales from the Iceman.